Somebody's gotta say it. That's why Ellie's music are inside your radio set. That's why the real consumption lives here. This is the final closing. TimeFactor. Video commentary thoughts.
That leads people to join these groups, whether it's lack of opportunity for jobs.
Now, last night, Hart doubled down on the stupidity, all while insulting the intelligence of the
Hercules. What happens?
Violent extremism takes on a
Situation.
variety of different ways
You
you can
know
do that.
who,
Your part
Marie
of it is
Hart.
military. But look, if we look around the
Marie
world and say longer term, we cannot kill every terrorist around the world, nor should we try. Look, it might be too nuanced an argument for some, like I've seen over the past 24 hours, some of the commentary out there, but it's really the smart way.
Just we're too nuanced. We're too dumb to understand. That's not all.
That's not all. There's more of this, Marie. Again.
Part of the administration strategy to deflect criticism away from the real threat. It's called radical Islam.
This is not just a threat in one place. If you look at the Lord's Resistance Army and Joseph Kony, I don't remember people talking about that as much anymore, but that's a Christian militant group. So there are a lot of different extremist threats we face, and there are different tools we have to go after each one of them.
You! Marie Earth! Who the hell do you think you are? Try to criticizing anyone else can be civilized about this? This is President Obama's famous fat, lazy words.
There's no way to predict who will become radicalized.
Who become radicalized, huh?
Around the world?
Around the world,
here in the United States.
Here in abroad, wherever.
Inexcusable acts of violence have been committed against people of different faiths.
Different what?
By people of different faiths.
You what?
All right, here we go again.
Here we go again. You and your stupid, idiotic comments about this. And I'm tired of this.
Selling women and children into slavery.
Oh, so that's what you call a holy war, is it? Join us now. Dennis Kucinich.
You would agree.
You would agree with me
that a jobs
program is not the answer
against radical
Islamists.
Well, it's important to understand who ISIS is and what it represents. It represents a throwback to a medieval philosophy of, and a medieval depiction of Islam, which has an apocalyptic view, and which is not really ready to reconcile with the 21st century. Having said that, Sean, it's very dangerous for the United States to enter into a frontal conflict with ISIS, because they actually want to draw us in so they get more recruits and prove the point about why they should be leading the effort against the West in a new crusade.
But they are burning innocent people, firing squads, killing innocent people, mass graves of innocent people, beheadings. You see the beheading video?
I don't.
All 5 minutes
of it, 21 people.
Did you watch that,
Congressman?
I watched it, and I will tell you this, that
Why?
all of what you describe is horrific.
Why?
But you have to remember that both Al-Qaeda and ISIS have grown as a result of U.S. interventions. We've got to be really smart how we handle this.
Wait, stop. You're blaming the United States.
You're ignoring the
Kobar
towers.
You're blaming the embassy bombings in Kenya, Tanzania. Wait, no, I'm not done. This is called the Iranian hostage crisis. The first Trade Center bombing all happened prior to a war in Iraq and Afghanistan. All of that, and the 9/11 Commission report concluded they were at war with us. We're at war with them. We declared war after the these events happened. They've been at war with us since 1979. It's the first time that we report back and you're blaming us.
Why?
Why in the world?
I reject that characterization, and here's what I'm saying in case you didn't understand when I said it the first time. What I'm saying is that the United States has to be very careful. We got sucked into Iraq, a nation that had nothing to do with 9/11. We destabilized Iraq and gave an opening to Al-Qaeda and later ISIS.
No, we actually
no.
Wait a minute. That's not true.
That is not true.
President Obama
pulled down
when George Bush warned to pull out too early. We're going to have a more radical enemy, and lo and behold, Mosul, Fallujah, Tikrit, and all these other cities that all men had won. We're taking over. We didn't provide the intelligence and the trading that we should have provided. Like we did
like
Sean,
we did.
you and I honor the service of our men and women, but I will tell you something.
Darn right it is.
The whole thing in Iraq was based on lies. I'm sorry. You and I disagree on that.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
For ISIS and for
lies.
Lies.
I have one last question.
One
Do you
last
really
question.
believe
Do you believe
a
that
jobs
a jobs
program?
program?
We can't. We can't even create
Yeah,
jobs for
that's a boring
Americans.
question.
Do you think if
the jobs program
is the answer?
answer?
Look, I want a jobs program in America. Now, you know, ISIS has a job. They behead people. That's their job. No, we have to focus on jobs in America.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why don't we give us the fight back? Why? They to kill us? Killing 3,000 people on 9/11. Where were you?
That is not going to happen again.
That's not going to happen again, huh? I'm going to show America that's not happen again. And what about the people it handed? What about the people victims of fiery squads? What about the people resorted to slavery?
Are you advocating that we okay President Obama's request for authorization?
I am saying to you, I'm saying to you, Egypt is responding after they killed Jordanians and Egyptians. Yes, when they can't negotiate jobs, cars and homes, the people when they kill each other.
Listen, I agree we got to take a hardline approach, but we got to be careful about using our power so we don't ignite another crusade.
Oh God, you're wasting my time. Get out of here.
Mr. Mayor, Mayor Giuliani.
Oh God, jeez. What do you respond to this?
About the job.
But it's
let me get you to respond to Dennis.
First of all,
what you want your response?
By the way, I find Dennis to be terribly ignorant about the history of Islamic extremist terrorism. I was first placed on a commission as a young lawyer by President Ford when I was Associate Deputy Attorney General to study terrorism in 1975. 1975. So I think I know this history really well, and from then on, I followed it as number three person in the Justice Department, United States Attorney, prosecuting it, mayor having to defend against it, and mayor who was hit the hardest by it of any mayor in the history of our country, right?
Yes.
So I think I know what I'm talking about. This thing goes back at least to the 1960s with the origination of the Palestinian Authority. Remember all the hijackings and the skyjackings and the Munich Olympics, 1972, Sean.
1972.
That's an age ago. The Achille Lauro, mid-1980s. Between Munich and when they started hitting the embassies in Africa, over 110 Islamic terrorist attacks and killings, many of them of Americans, some of them ordered by Arafat, some of them ordered by other people in the movement. Then we had the embassy bombings in the late 1990s. USS Call. We USS Call. We didn't respond to it.
First Trade Center
bombing.
You can read Dershowitz's book on this. Best book Dershowitz wrote. First 4 chapters. What we did for 30 years is encourage them to come and kill us, and we would do nothing about it. We created the atmosphere. We reinforced the people that did the Munich Olympics were released by the German government. The people who did the Achille Lauro were released by the Italian government. The European governments were cowardly. They were afraid they were going to be attacked by terrorists, and we created this movement. This movement was alive, well, and gigantic.
Let me ask you this.
Let me ask you this.
Declared war on us and hit us on September 11th. When President Bush struck back, that is the first time we drove them back.
And that was the 9/11
There's the 9/11 Commission report and conclusion. They're better war was.
Now we have
administration.
They won't
even use the term is a tragedy.
It's extremely dangerous for 2 reasons. For military reasons, which have been explained by General Kane, so many others, many, many times. But for ideological reasons, it's even more dangerous. If we're going to fight the battle of ideas with them, we have to explain their ideas. We can't pretend that these ideas don't exist. How are we going to win the battle of ideas?
Dennis says they're not going to hit us again.
He said that stupid word again.
9/11, they've killed us in London.
He said that stupid word again.
Fort Hood. They've attempted
Paris
to
and
kill
all
us
that
on airplanes. We've had the attack in Paris. We've had the attack in Denmark. We've had at least
Coptic Christians beheaded. Christians
killed just because they're Christian. With a president
Coptic
who
Christians
can't
try to
stand up
beheaded
and
like
say
this.
that these people were killed just because they were Christian. 3 days the
Three
Supreme
days the
President's
Supreme President
holding a summit.
Okay.
And the violent
Violent
extremist
summit.
we
We
can't mention radical Islam. At
At
the
the summit
is the Muslim Public Affairs Council tweeted a picture showing Salam al-Riyadi, as his name, at the summit. Full screen of this guy. He's quoted in the New York Times after 9/11 saying we're going to look at suspects. We should look to the groups that benefit the most from these kinds of incidents. And I think we should put the State of Israel on the suspect list. Why is this man at this event?
At this event,
Why can't
it's
it's
just
about
going to be extremism?
Why is
Why is radical
Islamic extremism
on the table?
This was an absurd conference. Should have been on Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
I mean, it's
God.
made a laugh. That's fine. It should have been. I mean,
Oh,
you're going to
gosh.
discuss. Would you like to discuss extremist terrorism in the world today? Yes.
Yes.
95% to 99% of the discussion has to be about Islamic extremist terrorism. Sure, there are other small little groups, but the one that's dominating, the one that's chopping heads off, the one that's killing Jews because they're Jews and Christians because they're Christians, are these Islamic extremists. And they're saying they need a jobs program. Right. And behind all this, what are we going to do? Give them a job as what, firemen? Policemen? I'm going for a job interview. What have you done in the past? I chop people's heads off. Well, this guy could be a butcher, I guess. I mean, they should all be moved into an apartment with Miss Harf, and let her take care of it. Let her go
let them eat cake.
Let her hang out. And see how
let them eat cake.
I mean, this is totally ridiculous. When you listen to her, I swear to God, you think you're listening to a Saturday Night Live skit.
Yeah, skit.
Of a person who should be a press secretary. All right, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, thank you very much.
This is dangerous, Sean.
I understand.
Unfortunately, some of these, they do it in such an absurd way. You laugh. But this is becoming exceedingly dangerous.
Dangerous.
To come and hit us.
Thank you for being with us.
Joining us now.
Okay. Now, let this be a lesson to you. Let this be a lesson to you. Dennis Kucinich. You too, Marie. Why in the world you try to do this? To us. Try to blame it on us. And now the Coptic Christians and now the Islamic State try to trash us. You get nothing. The both of you, Marie, are just a pain in the grass. And you, Dennis Kucinich, you should be ashamed of yourself. Saying all these things. So tomorrow I'll find out what it is. Tomorrow I'll analyze this very special edition of Thursday's newspapers. And on my TimeFactor television show, I will analyze this. So is my TimeFactor radio show and my TimeFactor files. Will do the same. Because I'm telling you right now, those no good for nothing ISIS, that's right, Islamic State buffoons ain't getting away with this. We have to fight this war and stop beheading those no good for nothing Coptic Christians ever again. Pure and simple. Anyways, don't forget to Facebook and follow Elish Music at facebook.com and twitter.com. You know my username, Elish Music Time, so it's time for the website. Still up and running. It's Elish Music at elishmusictime.jimdo.com. So it's Facebook page at facebook.com / LH Music Time Factor. I gotta go. And I'll see you tomorrow to wrap things up. Very special edition of Thursday's newspapers. I'm signing off. Go God's blessings. And I salute you, America, from LH Music. Bye bye for now.